All right, Infernal Blessings. We are back with another video. I know it's been a little bit, couple weeks, been a lot going on, but I want to shoot this quick, short tutorial. I will be trying to make some time this week to go live as of the day of the recording of this video. Before we begin, a couple quick announcements. If you're interested in a spiritual reading or a consultation, I offer various different readings, Clepothic demonic readings, Santa Muerte readings, Egyptian oracle readings, shadow work readings, like I've said, which is always a great thing to do at any point, especially when you're looking for a sense of purpose and direction. Also in relation to that direction in your ritual work. Deity readings to see what gods, goddesses, and demons walk with you, not to worship them, but to get a better understanding and strengthen your relationship with those demons and spirits that you work with. Or maybe you're just interested in a spiritual consultation, which most people just use that as a question and answer session with me. They come with a bunch of questions they have about the occult, the left-hand path, or maybe they want to focus on something specific, etc. Any of the aforementioned, shoot me an email at khnum19@gmail.com. Please include your weekly availability along with the time zone that you live in, and we'll get a time and a day that works for both of us. Also, don't forget to check out the Primordial Chaos Patreon page if you want to sign up for classes. I have a gang of ongoing classes right now. If you want to see all the classes, go to patreon.com/Baniti, B-A-N-I-T-I. Go to the collection section, and you will see the ongoing classes with classes being added on a regular basis. We do 3 private classes every month, including the group ritual for Patreon members only. Go to the page, patreon.com/Baniti, B-A-N-I-T-I. Tier 3 is the tier you want to join. That will give you access to the 3 private classes and the ritual every month. In addition, it gives you access to everything in the archives when you join. Okay? That's patreon.com/Baniti, B-A-N-I-T-I, tier 3. Don't forget to check out all the social media platforms. Primordial Chaos 9 on Instagram. Primordial Chaos, 2 words, on Facebook. primordialchaos.com/3 on TikTok. That's the best way to stay abreast on all the happenings and what I'm doing here at Primordial Chaos. All right. Also, don't forget to check out the Primordial Chaos podcast, available on Spotify and all major podcast platforms. The direct link to the podcast, my contact email address, the direct link to the Patreon page to sign up for classes. All of those links are in the description box of this video that you're watching right now. All right, so this is going to be a short tutorial because this topic of discussion comes up a lot, and it recently came up. Sometimes you run into very arrogant, condescending, narcissistic people, or I like to refer to as know-it-alls. They think they know everything. They think their way is the only way. They think that if you're not doing things their way, according to their spiritual path, then you're wrong, which that's arrogance in itself. As I said before, this is a path to self-mastery and liberation and the freedom to make your own choices. And obviously, not everybody's going to agree with those choices. That's common sense. Just like I know not everybody that watches my channel is going to agree with everything I say on my channel. I'd be a fool to think that, right? But there's some people who literally believe in their mind that what they're doing, and only what they're doing, is the only right way to do things. Well, let me quote the famous philosopher Nietzsche, okay? You have your way of doing things. I have my way of doing things. As far as the right and only way to do things, it doesn't exist. Let me say that shit again if it went over your head. You have your way of doing things. I have my way of doing things. As far as the right and only way to do things, it does not exist. Okay? Understand that. I don't care who and what you are, what path you're on, what journey. That applies across the board to everything and everybody. I just want to make that clear. Okay? Just because I may not agree with your ideology, just because I may not be in alignment with your spiritual principles, that doesn't mean I don't like you. It just means I don't agree with you. And just as quick as some of these folks are quick to bash people like myself or people who are on the occult and the left-hand path because they don't understand it, because they're ignorant and they have fear that's been instilled in them that they've been indoctrinated with by the masses, whether it's through the internet, social media platforms, religious indoctrination, social and cultural upbringing, all of those things. Okay? First and foremost, you better really take into account when you embrace any spiritual path, you better really understand yourself and who and what you are. See, most people think they do, but what I've found out, especially in these right-hand path philosophies and spiritual systems, you know, the New Age movement, the traditional religions, the monotheistic religions, you know, the Alafia people, the Ashe people, the Kemetic conscious. But what I've found out is people are running from themselves. So they find these spiritual paths that make them feel cozy and comfortable and fuzzy and warm. Because really what they're running from is their insecurities and their fears. I know a lot of people who are on right-hand paths, spiritual philosophies and systems, would like to think they're this passive, peaceful, kind and loving being, and everything is about peace and love and light, and I love you. Let's hold hands. Let's run naked through grass fields and sing fucking campfire songs. Okay? I know a lot of people would like to think that that's them. But a lot of those people are the people I'm talking about that are in denial. You want to know how that peace and love shit goes right out the door to see who you really are? Put yourself in a situation of survival. All that peace and love shit goes right out the door. Never forget the number one, first and foremost, rule to live by. If you want to live by any rules, the first rule of existence is self-preservation. Okay? Because I don't care who and what you are. If you're stripped of everything, okay, if everything is taken from you, food, shelter, clothing, your livelihood, that peace and love shit's out the window. Survival of the fittest kicks in. And you'll do whatever you got to do to survive. I don't care who and what you are. Because it's your natural animal instinct, part of your human nature to survive. Let's stop acting like that does not exist within us. Let's stop acting like we're all these passive, peaceful, loving beings. That's been the problem from day one. Because the religions and the spiritual systems that they've indoctrinated you to embrace, it's infected your mind with that way of thinking. You're really not that. That's the reality. Okay? It's a harmonization of both. There is a proper time to be in that mind state, right? There is a proper time to be dealing with harmonization or quote unquote what people call peaceful energy, but there's also a time to survive. Because you're not going to take that passive, peaceful approach when it's survival of the fittest. But guess what? We're living in a world now. It's survival of the fittest. Okay? If you haven't seen how the world has changed drastically in the last several years, and the pandemic was the beginning of that, was the dawn of a new era, quote unquote, then you're asleep. And guess what? You can fool yourself into praying it away and meditating it away all you want. That's not going to do a damn thing. Okay? Because when you deal with the here and the now, and you're grounded in reality, and not in some spook mentality and approach. First, let me make this clear. There's nothing or anything coming back here for anybody. For all those that believe there's some type of savior or some great event that's going to happen and you're going to be saved, well, I hate to bust your bubble. You're in for a rude awakening, because that's never going to happen. Okay? You can sit there and hope and have faith, because that's what they teach you. Have faith. But I guarantee you'll be long dead and gone, and the next generation that falls for that crap will be sitting here believing the same garbage. Okay? The helping hand you're looking for is at the end of your arm. I don't know how many times I got to tell you that. It's the ones that don't sit around and get up off their ass and make things happen. Those are the people that are successful in life in general. The ones that are waiting for pie in the sky and some great reward later, it's okay that I'm suffering and I'm unsuccessful and my life's a hot fucking mess. There's a great reward waiting for me afterwards. That's poor man, poor woman's mentality. Okay, it's just not true. Okay, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it, because enough is enough. We're in 2025. For people to still believing in pie in the sky, for people to still be taking the mentality that they're right and everybody else is wrong, is just complete foolishness. Okay? Let's get that straight. It's complete foolishness. Okay? You still got people who can't break the construct of what God is. We're still having these discussions in 2025. People still want to either embrace a straight up spooky aspect of that through the monotheistic beliefs of Islam, Christianity, and Judaism, the sky daddy concept, some old man sitting on the throne in the sky, the fairy tale concept, or it's these new agers, or these fluffinators, or these so-called conscious woke people that want to try to indoctrinate themselves even worse and refer to the creator, the divine source, using all these terms, but psychologically, they still believe in a sky daddy. Okay, they're going to tell you they don't, but they do. The Most High, sky daddy. The creator, sky daddy. The source of all, sky daddy. Spirit. What spirit? Be specific when you say spirit. Because spirit, that's a very vague word used in certain contexts. What the fuck are you talking about when you say spirit? Right? That's very vague. Narrow that down just a little bit. You know why they won't? Sky daddy mentality. They just don't realize it. Okay? Say what you want. But those that want to come out and say what we do is negative and it's evil, or they don't understand, because you don't understand it. You think the left-hand path in the occult is about that bullshit you see on the internet. That Church of Satan stuff and everything is Satanism, and that's not what the left-hand path in the occult is. Okay? And I get tired of it. I get tired of it, the know-it-alls who think they're right. Stay in your lane. I stay in my lane, but don't poke the bear. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to get your feelings hurt. You start poking the bear, you just be careful what you ask for, because you just might get a hard dose of reality that you don't like. Okay? I don't get involved in nonsensical debates anymore. I gave that shit up years ago. But I tell you what, you keep poking the bear, every now and then, as I said, once in a while, you got to open that can of whoop ass on somebody because they're asking for it. Okay? I don't care what it is. I'll have a conversation about anything with anybody. I don't care what your spiritual belief is. I will have a conversation with you about it, period. Okay? And you just may not like what you hear. And I couldn't care because I got thick skin. I'm not worried about whether you like me, agree with me, don't agree with me. That's irrelevant. That's just something as human nature you embrace. As I said in the beginning of the video, I'd be foolish to think that I think everybody agrees with everything I talk about in classes and on the channels and this, that, and the third. That's foolishness. But that's not the goal. A teacher puts information out there. That's what I am. I'm a teacher. That's what the name Baniti means, teacher. I put information out there. You do with it as you see fit. I couldn't care less. I don't sit around. My goal isn't to put classes and videos out to convince you to see things my way. That's foolishness. So I put the information out there. Love, like, hate it, agree with it, disagree with it. That's your business. That's your personal problem too. Okay, as I've said from day one. And occasionally every couple of years you got to remind folks, as I said from day one, this isn't about recruiting people for something or getting people to see things my way or a particular way. No, this is information to activate your psyche and wake you up and get you to think differently, outside the box, outside the norm. Release yourself from those systems of conformity and indoctrination. Start to look at things differently, not just the way they've been force-fed to you from the time you were birthed physically into this world. That's the point. Okay? So I couldn't give two flying fucks if you agree with what I teach, if you love, like, or hate it. For those that do show the love and the respect, I acknowledge you. I do appreciate that. For the individuals that are obviously dealing with some inner turmoil and they have a lot of self-hate, a lot of self-denial, and they're dealing with a lot of insecurity and fears, you motherfuckers just need to suffer and continue to suffer. And your ignorance will be your downfall. And that ignorance will eat away at you from the inside, slowly but surely, like a parasite, and devour and destroy you completely until you would be completely confused to who and what you really are. Because that's how this works. All right? I did a video, I believe it was the last one, because I haven't done one in several weeks. The one about how do you know you're possessed by spirits. Let me reiterate something. It's a lot of these people who think they're do-gooders, who think they're so self-righteous and they're doing everything right and their way. I was referring to a lot of you motherfuckers in that video, because you the ones that are possessed by a lot of these entities and you don't know it, because you think you're doing all this good shit. You think you're doing all this helpful shit. You have this self-righteous fucking mentality, and you're not. All you're doing is contributing to the decay and downfall of certain individuals' existence in life with your bullshit. Okay, with your peace and love, and I love you, and kumbaya. And these are the same people that turn around, talk about each other, backstab each other, and got little beefs with each other. This one don't like that one. That one don't like this one. This one's hating on that one. I don't got time for that trash. That's all low vibrational frequency bullshit. And that usually exists amongst those people. Okay? The self-righteous. I know. I'm a master of this. I'm priest this. I'm priestess this. Elder this. Doctor this. You ain't elder, doctor, priestess shit. And that's why I told you before many times I don't put no titles in front of my name. Because they don't mean anything. Just because you went online, did some online course for a week or two or a month and got some certificate saying you're a doctor, you about as much as a doctor as this pinky finger right here. That's about as much as you are a doctor of. See, that's all ego-driven shit. I need shit to feed my ego. I'm a master of this, and I took a $49.99 course online, and now it tells me I'm certified. Man, get the fuck out of here with that nonsense. Some of you people need a damn wake-up call because you're asleep. You think you're awake, or like you like to say in that side of things, woke, but you about as asleep as a grizzly bear in the winter hibernating in a cave. That's about as woke as you are, okay? But people are in denial. So if you don't understand, like I said, if you don't understand this path, I know it's not a very, very adoptable path. It's a very intense, grounded in reality, aggressive, in your face, smack them up, here's the truth, no chases. That's not for everybody. That's what this path is. If you're looking for comfort and coziness, go somewhere else. If you're looking to be challenged, if you're looking for the warrior and the god and goddess nature to manifest, if you're looking for the divine in you to manifest and come out so you can be who you truly are, not who they have taught you to be, then this is the path for you. Okay? And if you don't like to hear the truth, then this ain't the path for you. If you want to hear how special you are, and I was told I was a daughter of Oshun, and Kali came to me, and Kali told me I'm her sacred daughter, and I found out I'm the son of Shango and the son of Obata. Man, please, stop it. Stop it. That's some religious bullshit, because guess what? At the end of the day, when you're on the battlefield, in the trenches, there's only one person there that's going to help you. That's you. I told you, the God you've been looking for since day one, the goddess you've been looking for since day one, all you had to do was look in the mirror. The helping hand you were looking for is at the end of your arm. That's all you had to do. They don't want you to think like that, because if you're looking for that answer outside of yourself, you'll be looking until you physically are deceased on this realm, and then you'll find out as you make that transition what you could have started learning here, but you'll find out the hard way. Okay? Because there's nothing that you're gonna be on an endless lifelong mission searching for something that does not exist. That's my point. Now again, I'm not telling you to believe me. I'm not telling you to accept what I'm saying. I'm telling you to look into it further, do your research, and through your spiritual practices, look at them unbiased and see what it is you're really dealing with. Not what you like or what you think is right or what you've accepted and embraced is factual and correct. No, you got to put that aside and be very objective. And if you can't be very objective and analytical and critical of those things, then just stay where you're at. And that's okay. Stay where you're at. But my whole point is this as I wrap this up. Okay? Just remember what I said in the beginning of the video. You have your way of doing things. I have mine. As far as the right and only way to do things, it does not exist. And I'll challenge anybody on that fucking principle. Okay? I'll challenge anybody on that principle. So again, here's what it is. Hopefully this short tutorial helped you. And maybe it opened you up to a greater understanding. Other than that, if you need to reach out to me for a spiritual reading or a consultation, or you need the link for the classes, my contact email address is in the description box of the video, along with the links to the social media pages, along with the links to the podcast, and along with the links to the Patreon page to sign up for classes. All that information is in the description box of this video that you are watching right now. I am out. We will talk soon. Infernal blessings. And see you on the next video.